Grooming includes all of the things that you do to make your appearance clean and neat. What you wear and how you style your hair says a lot about you. These are the most easily noticeable parts of your appearance. If we want to look professional, there are some basic guidelines. For males, facial hair should be fully grown in or shaved daily. A dark shadow is unacceptable, and grown in hair must be no longer than a quarter inch, with no extreme styles or colors. Clothing should fit comfortably, not too large or too tight. It should also be a non-distracting color such as navy blue or black. As we see here, the gentleman on the left has on clothing that fits properly, has a freshly shaven face, looks like he's prepared to go. While the gentleman on the right, he has a very extreme hair color, very extreme hairstyle. He has tattoos, piercings, and other body modification that make him seem unfit for a professional setting. For females, hair should be pulled away from face or the upper back with no extreme styles or colors. Clothing should not be constricting or suggestive. Earrings should be studs, and makeup should mirror natural appearance. As we see here, the young woman on the right is of course dressed improperly, as well as there are body modifications not only in her face, but her hair is everywhere. There are multiple colors and the style is not necessarily professional. While the woman on the right, she has on clothing that is fitted. It is not too loose or too baggy. Her hair is pulled back out of her face.
Time management. What can you do to be both efficient and effective in the workplace? Plan ahead. Plan out projects and assignments ahead of time. Set small, achievable goals. Next, leave a good impression by being on time. Aim to always arrive earlier than expected. Set alarms to help you stay on time. Follow these guidelines and put your best self forward. Nonverbal communications. Types of nonverbal communications we will discuss that speaks volume. Email, body language and presence. Email. Sometimes the first thing a prospective employer will see of you. So it is important to know the difference between this and this. Which email sounds more reliable? Body language. The way you stand, the way you sit, the way you dress, the way you move shows a lot about your personality and who you are. So keep in mind the difference between what is appropriate and what isn't.
And so, my name is Mandy, and I will be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of verbal communication. But first, what is verbal communication? Well, it means the use of sounds and words to express yourself. So, some advantages for verbal communications would be immediate feedback, which would mean the speaker gets feedback right away on the discussion in an easy and straightforward way. Another advantage of verbal communication would be that it's time saving. So, being able to take immediate action by giving oral communication, which would help reduce the workload on yourself by being concise and getting straight to the point of your message. Moving along, there are also disadvantages of verbal communication. One of them would be that there is no record of it. So, let's say, for example, you have a conversation with a coworker. It's hard to remember all the details if you can't catch everything the person is saying at the moment. So having no record of it is a major disadvantage of verbal communication. Another disadvantage would be misunderstanding. so a person can misinterpret what you've said in the conversation, which may create some conflicts. And lastly, it can be expensive, meaning the use of communication media. Communication media means the use of books, movies, phones, and computers, which are vehicles for ideas and information that help media propel business and advance society, which would mean the use of a phone, for example. Having to talk to clients overseas can be expensive. And so those were the advantages and disadvantages of verbal communication.
Here are a couple of key facts about sexual harassment. A victim of sexual harassment can be a man or a woman. The sexual harasser can be the victim's supervisor, coworker, or a non-employee. The victim does not need to be the person harassed, but anybody offended by the conduct. The following is an interview with an employee who has experienced sexual harassment. So, have you ever had an experience of sexual harassment at work before?
Yes.
What was your experience?
My manager was talking about my boobs and how big they were, and he was talking to my other managers about it.
So, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, it made me feel uncomfortable that all the guys are talking about me behind my back, and I think that it's an inappropriate thing to talk about at work, especially in the work environment.
You should inform the harasser that you want the unwelcome behavior to stop, unless you fear that it will jeopardize your physical safety or your job. Direct communication with the harasser is often more effective than merely ignoring the behavior. Make it clear that the behavior you object to and ask that it stop. If verbal requests are not effective, write the harasser a memo asking him or her to stop. You can also tell somebody else in a position of authority whom you trust. If you are uncomfortable with any of the options provided and you are an ABC company employee based in the U.S. and need to file a report, please contact the U.S. ABC hotline at 1-888-123-4567 or file a report online at abchr.com.